All right, we're going to go ahead and get started. Looking at this you should already be in your HyperDoc. You probably have already went through and watched your video for your Engage portion, and then you came down and did this your Explore, looked at through quizzes some, and then your next one, I moved this up, guys. Or I changed it a little bit. So here, what I'm going to start doing is I put this, if you noticed, I mean, you did because you're in the video, that I wanted you to watch this video. And basically, what this is a prepper video. This is going to get you going for the day's lesson and how to maneuver through the lesson and some important kind of key things in the lesson. Obviously, this isn't going to tell you everything. I'm going to try to keep it short, but I want you to be able to, all of us to be on the same page. And myself and Mr. Funk will be walking around and helping you guys out as you go through it. You could totally pause this video at any time if you need to catch up or whatever you need to do, okay? So the first thing we're going to do is I want you to go back and I want you to click on your link in your HyperDoc underneath the video where you clicked on the video, and you're going to go to open up. So once you do that, it's going to bring you to open up. And today we're going to be in 7th grade, student, explore. And we're still in unit 1. We're still working in unit 1, scale drawings. So we're thinking about scale drawings. And you guys have been doing a really good job with that and looking at scale drawings. So we're in lesson 2 right now, corresponding parts and scale factors. Lesson 2. And then so we're going to go down and look at this. So we see the title here, and it's the same title as on your HyperDoc. If you went back and you looked at your HyperDoc, you would see that. And just real quick, I'll scroll up, scale factors, corresponding parts. All right. But if we're in the lesson 2, we didn't do that number talk. We might do it later. But you guys, we did do this, our corresponding parts. Remember this little tool we used, and we could move it around and we could check the angles. And that one works, and this one works, but this one did not work. And you guys did really well with looking at this. Copy 2 was not scale to either the original or copy 1. That was really good. And if you haven't already, go ahead and jump down and complete your table. So this whole table, what it's doing is it wants you to find corresponding, matching. Remember that word corresponding just means matching. Matching parts. So here I have point L. It wants me to look at point L. So I could go up and find point L right here on my original. And then for copy 1, it would be point B right here. And then for copy 2, it's point V, V as in van, down here. And so in here I would write point B as in boy, and then point V as in van. Same thing for line segment. And this might be new language for you, that's okay. But a segment is a line. It's just a little piece of a line. And it goes from L to M. We looked at this a little bit. So we're going to go back to our original. And from point L, down to point M, this little section of the line is the line segment it's asking about. So where is that in copy 1? Well, I just come over and I look at the same part of copy 1, the matching part, the corresponding part, and it goes from B down to C. B down to C. So what I would do is here I would write for copy 1, I would write segment right here, B, C. Segment B, C. Okay? Again, if you have any trouble filling this out, just go ahead and raise your hand and we will come around. You can pause the video at any time while you're working on that. All right, so let's pick it back up. Once you've filled out this table, I do want you to answer problem 2, problem 3, and problem 4 using the table. All the information, you'll have it already filled out. If you've already done that, on your paper, if you flip over your paper that you have there, don't worry about the cooldown yet. Go ahead and jump down to the bottom of the paper, and it should be talking about scaled triangles. And I'll show you where that is. So here's your table we're working on. But if we scroll down, you can skip over your cooldown, and you could come down here to your where the triangles are. And so you have all these triangles on your paper. Um, and so what you're going to be doing is I'm going to assign you a pair of triangles. And this is the way I'm going to do it. If you're in row 1, you're listening to this video, and you're in row 1, your triangles are going to be triangles B, triangle B, and triangle F. If you are in row 2, you are C, triangle C, and triangle G. And if you're in row 3, you're going to be triangle D and triangle H, these two. Okay, so the green triangles for row 3, red for row 2, and blue for row 1. So what I'm going to do is kind of walk you through, give an example of what this is wanting you to do, okay? And so here, notice it says, I'll assign you 2 triangles, so I just did. And then number 1, for each of the assigned triangles, is it a scale copy of triangle O? And be prepared to explain your reasoning. This is, again, on your paper. If you look, number 1, and this is where you're going to write your explanation. So you're going to find out, is it a scale copy? Is it a scale copy? And then you're going to write down why or why not. Why is it a scale copy or why not? So if I didn't assign these 2, because I want to talk about them for just a second. So here's the original triangle. It's down here. The length of the bottom side is 3. This left side is 4. And then our hypotenuse, the angle, the diagonal line here is 5. So what I want to do is I'm going to use these 2 triangles, A and E, and I'm going to see, are they scale copies? So let's look. So let's see. Let's look at triangle E first. Triangle E, if I look at the bottom here, the bottom, I have the length of the bottom is 6. And again, guys, you've done this before. We're just looking at it in kind of a different way. But the bottom here is 6. In my original, it was 3. Okay, well, so it looks like it's basically 2 times as long, right? 3 times 2 is 6. Okay, cool. So then let's look at this side length over here, this one that goes up and down, this vertical one. So this one's 8. Well, okay, over here, my originally was 4. Well, 8 is 2 times 4. So it's also twice as big or as long as the original. Okay, so 3 was twice as big as 6. 4 was twice as big as 8. Let's look at this last side over here. On our new triangle, it's 10. On our original, it was 5. So is 5 also twice as much as 10? 5 times 2 is 10. So on every side of our triangle, we multiplied each side of the original by 2. 3 times 2, 4 times 2, and 5 times 2. So when we're talking about scale, that's how it works. Everything has to be multiplied or divided by the exact same number. So every part of this triangle is multiplied by the same number, which is 2. 3 times 2, 4 times 2, and 5 times 2. Okay? So let's look at this one. So this one's starting off very similar. So 3, our original length was 3. We're looking at triangle A. In our new triangle, it's also 3. Okay, that's pretty good. So let's look at our next side though. Well, you can already see like it doesn't even have the same looking shape. So I'm already thinking this is probably not scale, right? So it's 4 here. This is 6.08. No, I mean, to get from 3 to 3, I just multiply by 1. Well, 4 times 1 is definitely not 6.08. So we already can see here that this did not work at all. We could check it with our last one too, but 5 times 1 is not 5.32. So our scale factor would have been It would have had to been 1 because 3 times 1 is 3. But none of our other sides work. So this one is not, you can cross it out or whatever, it is not a scale copy. E is a scale copy, and inside it, I want you to write an X and 2 to say times 2. Okay? All right, so go ahead and work on those. Make sure you are explaining your reasoning in here in this area that you have for you to write. And once you're done with that and have it all completed, you can raise your hand and we'll come around and check it, okay? Thanks a lot.